Hello! I don't know if anybody's going to watch this. I'm going to film it and chat. And if you come on, say hi and have a chat with me. Let's get comments on. Oh, I'm down to doing one video a week, and my video from yesterday didn't work because Facebook's just been a pain in the butt. So, and I'm in a bit of a stressful place because I have a very sick cat and she's in the vets at the moment. So I'm going to make something because it makes me feel better. So I'm probably going to make a turtle because that's what I was planning to do yesterday, and I'll probably still make another one. Maybe, we'll see. So if you want to catch it some other time, then you can do that. So yeah, this is me just chatting away to the camera and relieving a bit of my stress from my sick cat, and doing a bit of a tutorial, or not at the same time. So talk to me. Tell me how you are, how your day went. So yeah, basically I'm doing a turtle. I haven't done a turtle in a wee while. In fact, my first two turtles never came out because they obviously weren't dry enough when I fired them, so they got cracks in the kiln. They didn't explode, they got cracks, and I've just never done anything with them. So this is me making a new one. So I'm making a vaguely heart-shaped pinch pot, and then I'm going to make another vaguely heart-shaped pinch pot, and I'm going to attach the two of them together. And that's going to be, one's going to be my shell and the other bit's going to be the underneath. Hi Janice! I hope you're well. I hope the family's well. Oh, if you caught the start of this, Tufu's at the vet. She's got some kind of raging infection going on. Thought she had pneumonia. She may have had pneumonia, but there's something else going on. So she's in overnight on a different antibiotic and some steroids to try and take her temperature down. So I am stress relieving, hi Charlene, by doing some pinch pots. So this is either the top or the base. No decisions have been made as yet. And because I want to smoosh them together but not change the shape, I'm going to work on making the second one about the same size, and that's me scoring that one. So let's work on the second one. So how's everybody else's day been? Mine's been a bit crap, but work's been fine. It's just my wee pussycat that is stressing me out. So this is going to be the other half of that double pinch pot. Hi Sue, hi Charlene. Yeah, she was staggering around like she was a drunk. She spent the first day after getting the antibiotics first time sleeping all day, which was not surprising. She had a temperature of like 40.6 degrees, which is really high. So we started getting that under control, and then a day and a half after she went on the antibiotics, she started losing her balance. So she's back at the vets again. Hopefully they're going to get the infection under control. She's on fluids. So fingers crossed that we get better news tomorrow. My cat, Jackie, one of my little cats, is got a raging infection and a huge temperature and was staggering around all over the place. So yeah, if any of you got animals, you'll find vet visits exceptionally interesting at the moment. So the vets are doing all the things that they should be doing. So you do a telephone consultation. I'm just attaching these two vaguely heart-shaped bits together. So you do a telephone consultation, and then you get advice, and if your cat's got to go in, you drive to the surgery. Of course, all their satellite surgeries are closed, so it's the main surgery you have to go to, which is about 45 minutes drive. And then when you get outside, you give them a phone, and sometimes they'll take more information off you, maybe fill out a full medical history sort of thing, and then somebody will come and collect your cat, and they take them inside, and then they do their examination, and then they phone you and say, right, okay, this is what's going on. With Tufu, we'd already had a consultation over the phone, and they'd already decided to take her in because this was her second visit, and things weren't improving the way they would like them to improve. So that's why she's in. That's good, Janice. I'm glad that you're all okay, and we're all okay apart from Tufu. But I think I'm more stressed about my cat than I am about anything else. So instead, it's a funny shape, we're going to make a turtle so that I can feel a little bit better about things. I need something to slap this into shape. It's not quite, it's curving off to one side, which I don't want it to do, so I'm going to beat it up. I do have a paddle somewhere, but just not particularly handy. A bit. How's that? I think it needs a little bit flat on there. Thank you. So yeah. So how's everybody? How are you all doing? Yeah. She was, I mean, she after the first couple of days of antibiotics, she really did perk up. It was the fact that she was staggering around like a drunk thing that was really the distressing part. It's like she had turned into a CH cat overnight. It was really scary. So that's my body. It's a little bit misshapen. Probably a bit like me. I'm going to slightly try and push that side out a little bit. That's a bit better. So I'm going to do a head. Probably a bigger head than that. It's a decent sized one. That's a bit better. And it needs a bit of a neck. So it's a kind of, it's a ball. I'm not going to make him hollow, am I? Am I going to make him hollow? No, I'm going to make him hollow. I'm going to put a bit of a neck on. And then I'm going to put a little bit of slippage on there. And I'm going to attach the neck. And then I'm going to score it on. So what's everybody been making? What's everybody been up to? I've been doing lots of crochet recently because I did loads of pottery on my week off. Right, I need to sit you on something. I'll put it there. And then I haven't really done very much since. When I go back to work, it always takes a wee while to acclimatise myself and get back into the groove of things. So, right. A dolphin. Oh, that sounds like fun. Make sure you show us pictures of your dolphin. So this is me putting where I think the eye hole should go in. And from what I can remember, turtle eyes are quite prominent compared to the head. So I'm going to put one eye in. And then I'm going to hope that eye's a similar size. I'm going to put it in. Okay, so funky shape. There we go. And then we're going to put bottom lids and top lids in. So, bottom lid. You see that? And put it that side. Just make sure that the neck's well attached. Right, so do a sponge. Don't have a sponge. Bit of kitchen towel. Thing's gonna have to. Right, so Eyes on. No, you stay down, you. No. Oh. Hi. Hi. This is Wadji. Wadji is a snuffly Egyptian. People can't see what I'm doing, you monster. So I can. Move over a little bit, see if they can see now. Let's just take a second. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you make a monkey, Jackie. That would be cool. Alright, there we go. So apparently we have an audience. So I've just smoothed the bottom half of the eye into the bottom half of the thing. That's a bit big. Excellent. Okay, and I want to leave that so it's sitting a bit proud of the head, because that's kind of how it looks. So I've put a little bit of slip. You're keeping your head out of the way? Yes, you are. A little bit of slip, and I'm only going to press the very edge in so that it stays prominent and above the top of the head. So that's my one eye. So I have to look at my video and see it catches up, see if I'm actually showing you the eye. There we go, yep. Drink of tea. Let's work on the other eye. I'm going to need to get myself some sponges or props for this. Quite often I use clay. But you know, I could be in lockdown for God knows how long and I might actually run out of clay. Well, it would be a scary prospect if I run out of clay. Oh. I know, my glazes are all over at my bothy, so I haven't actually done any glazing. At the moment I'm building up a load of greenware, which is stuff that's not fired yet, and at some point in the not too distant future I will be, I think that needs to be a bit thicker, I will be doing a glaze. Oh, I will have to start glazing. I hate glazing. It's so long and so tedious. I mean, I like choosing glazes, and I like I'm on you, need to be a bit longer, and I like the results of the glazes. I just hate the glazing process. Okay, that's not exactly the same as the first one, but we're not going to worry about that. So just the very edge. I slipped it again, so it will already be attaching on the underside, and then the edge bit adjusted. Let's smooth that a little bit. Okay, so we have the start of a turtle, and then the turtle has nostrils, something like that. Put it back again, and I need a little bit of coil for the nose. I know, it takes forever, absolutely forever. So I'm making a little coil to do the shape of the mouth. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of slip on there. So just put a little bit of a point like that, like that. That looks like he's got a moustache at the moment, but the top half of the coil I'm going to flatten into the side of the head, so it's just the bottom half that you see as being separate. Isn't that right, No, Wadji? Yeah, that's a stick. Yeah, thank you. I mean, he does not need help with this bit. Look, it's audience participation clay night. Audience being black and white and furry. So this is Wadji. Wadji was the last of our rescue cats to arrive. She arrived in November last year. That's a bit of an exaggerated face, but there we go. Oh yeah, some of my other cats, no, you wouldn't be seeing it for anything. Whenever I leave the tools sitting out, they're all at them and away they go, and you know, see for daylight, you're like, oh look, Mummy's got stuff out. Right, so I'm going to make 4 flippers. The front flippers are kind of pointy, so I'm going to do a bit of a coil, curve it into shape, and then flatten it out. And then I'm going to try and make another one off a similar shape. Slightly more that way. And then I was going to get some, I have a great idea about how I'm going to texturize this, but it would involve going downstairs to the kitchen. But you know the plastic you get around onions? I think that would make great texture on these, so I will get some after I've done the video. Oh, it's cute, Charlene. The cat or the turtle? Cat's very cute, I must admit. She's such a cutie pie. Aren't you, Wadgie? No, Mummy's cutie pie. I think I took too much off there. Okay, so let's put it into shape first and then decide whether I need to adapt it. I try and get them similar-ish shapes, and I do that by just measuring them against each other and then cutting off the bits that are not right. Let me see. That's a little bit, that's about right. So that's 2 front flippers. So I'll put them aside, and then we'll do the back ones, and the back ones are more kind of flat, squarey shaped. A bit like that. Probably not quite as long. There in a bit. I've never used it for dragons. I used it once on a plate many moons ago and really liked the effect, and then the cats broke the plate, of course. But I was thinking about the tutorial that I was going to do yesterday, and I thought, oh, that would just make a great texture, but as I say, I've forgotten to take it upstairs yet. So that's my flipper. Hey Georgia! That's not quite the same shape, so that's what's wrong. I think the top's a bit thick. I just use my pointy tool for cutting. You could use a knife as well. I just don't happen to have a knife hanging around. So smooth it. Alright, that's the legs and bits. So make a decision on where they go. And I'm going to attach. I'm also going to put a coil around it. And once I've attached them, wrong one there. Wadgie gonna get covered in clay, wet clay, you know that? Okay, so try and make them so they go opposite each other, vaguely. So on this side I'm just smooshing part of the flipper into the still attached, still. Right. Coil. Thin coil, don't need a thick coil. Underneath, over the top and around. Waddy's sitting here going, Mummy, who are you talking to? Get off, you monster. No, my tools. Right, so it was slipped, and then I'm squishing the bottom half into the body, but leaving the top half kind of sitting out. Okay, that's the underside. Right, get the other bit in place. Okay, that's one done. Get the other one done. Oh, let it slip. Squish it down a bit. It's a bit flimsy with this sitting in the air, but I'm sure I'll find ways to make it dry so that the things are not quite as flimsy as they look. And it's gravity that's the problem. The weight of the clay drags it down and can cause cracks and slumping because of the weight, basically. Okay, and he's got a little bit. This is another reason why I don't use that much slip, because slip can cause cracks. Because the clay starts to soften and disintegrate, so you'll get cracks. Okay, so we have 2 upper flippers, and then we're going to have 2 lower flippers, and I might put a little bit of a dint in them and try a slightly different way. So there's a little bit of dint with some slip in it, and then we push the flipper into the dint. There we go. And again with a little bit of a coil, I'll put the bottom bit on first, slide it into the body, move it over, and I'll do the other side in a minute once I've put the second flipper in. And again, I'm doing the indent with the slip, and the flipper's got to go the opposite way. Opposite way, and I'm putting it in and wiggling it back and forth to make a good joint. And then I'm going to put the bottom half of the coil in this side and do exactly the same as I did on the other side, and it's like squish the end closest to the flipper into the flipper and then smudge the other end into the body. Turn it over. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with this. So the body, a little bit into the leg, and a little bit on there. Not in the way, good girl. Been awfully good, Wadgy. There you are, been awfully good. Normally you like to get into Mummy's face, but no. Okay, so that's the top half of the body. Is that flipper going the wrong way? Ugh, I think the flipper is going the wrong way, so I'm just going to adjust the shape. That's a bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to do the bit that, that goes around the side. I'm sure it's got a name. No idea what it is. But it's the top part of the shell. So basically it's a coil. And I'm going to add a little bit of slippage. and I'm going to basically, needs to be a bit longer, a bit more. It's good, I'm glad I'm keeping you entertained, Jackie. Keeping you entertained and keeping myself occupied at the same time is a great idea. Right. You in the way, Wadgie, again. You in the way. Right, so yeah, so basically my bit that I'm joining, I want to take all the way around from the head, around the side of the body to the butt. I think Wadgie's doing her best to get a suntan from the light bulb that's meant to be daylight. Maybe she thinks it is daylight. Not right, Wadgie? I think it's daylight. So now I am smoothing the top half of the coil into the top half of the shell. Then I'm going to smooth it with my fingers. Stop playing with it, monster. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. Try and make it long enough. Squidgy, squidgy. Oh no, I might need to get another bit of clay. Well, actually, that's not as big as that up there. Let's change the shape of that a little bit. It's going out a little bit far at the top, and it really doesn't. It does definitely have a bit, but it doesn't stick out that far. That's a bit better. Okay, how is it now? Okay, some of that is a bit fat. I'm going to thin down the end. That's about there. There. Tear a little bit off there. Change shape. Right. Some slip. All around that side. All there. Down to there. Okay. Okay. I'm going to push that down a little bit, just so it works with the other side. Okay. Slipping it, just rubbing it so you can't really see the join, so it does look like it's just all part of the shell. Okay, I'm going to turn it over once to secure the under part together. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit of a coil in there so it looks like it is all one shell, and then I'm going to push the bottom half of the coil into the body. Get your head out of the way, Mad. And then you're making it dark. Making it dark. And then I'm going to push that part into the, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure somebody with better knowledge of marine animals will be able to tell me. The bit that's a sticky out bit looks like a wing. So a little bit there. Alright, so they have little fat tails as well, so I'm just doing a little bit of a triangle-y thing, and I'm going to stick that on there. Squidge it in. Little bit of a tail. Smooth one end into the body, leave the other end sticking out. Okay, and then a little bit of coil in there and there, so into the shell, into the stomach, part of the shell. Okay. Lots of little coils. Okay, so that coil is going to go on the underside of the neck and also joining onto the shell. So on the neck. And a little bit of slip because I'm going to squish these two bits together. Squish, squish. There we go. There we go. You're heading away again, Waji. So that's that side. Okay. Similar with the other side. A little bit slip there. Take it down and round. Squish it into the body so you can't see the seam. Squish into the shell. And again, remove the seam. And put a little bit around there so it's a bit more turtle-like, well, tortoise-like maybe. And also it tends to have quite a bit of wrinkly bits around that bit. There we go. So got one last bit to do and then decorate the top basically. So that bit. A little bit of slip. And one, this gets rid of the very obvious seam between the coil that I put around the top of the body, and it also helps to stabilise that thin coil as well. So, twofold. And I'm holding underneath just to support it. And then, there we go. Right, so decoration underneath, I'm just going to put some lines, very basic lines, very basic lines. Okay, that's his underneath decoration, nothing exciting. And I saw years ago, or a couple of years ago, a really fantastic glass turtle which was a flower. So mine is going to be a flower too, and I'm going to do the flower just by texture, and then I will accentuate the flower by underglazes. So this is my sunflower. I'm just putting texture all around. You could add actual petals to it so there's even more texture, or you can just do texture like this. One in there. You're heading away again. Can they see? Oh, I think they can still see me. Yeah, like you wanting your moment in the spotlight. Is that what it is, Waji? Moment in the spotlight with Mummy. I do very stylized sunflowers. And you can do any style of flower you want, or you can actually make it look like a shell. It's entirely up to you. How's the tutorial going so far? Am I going to see lots of turtles on pinch potters, or even on my page. I don't mind where you post it, on your page, and just tag me in it. It's entirely up to you. Once I've done my texture, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hole in the bud, in the hopes that this time they'll be completely dry when I put them in the kiln and won't crack down the middle. I just wondering why you're not speaking to her. She's feeling hard done by because nobody's saying anything. And I know you're there because Facebook tells me that you're there. Okay, now I'm going to do an extra row of sploogey down circles to get rid of that line. And once it's dried out a bit, I will, right, where's my pointy tool? So yeah, so in there, hole. Squidge it in. Oh, do you know what I haven't done? I can put my name on it. I'm going to put texture on these. I'm going to go and get my thing, but I'm not going to show you that. But I will put pictures up later. So that's my, I'm going to put a few lines around the neck because they tend to have quite wrinkly necks. He's got his nose, he's got his mouth, he's got his eyes. He's going to have slightly more texturized flippers, and he's got, is your face in the way again? He's got a sunflower on his back. So once he's fired, I will use underglazes. I'm also going to wait until he's dry a little bit and smooth out some of these lines so that they're not quite so raggedy, and get rid of those extra little bits sticking up, but I'll wait until he's dried a bit for that. So then he'll get fired, hopefully he'll stay in one piece, and then we'll decorate him with underglazes. So there you go, that's a quick and dirty way to make a turtle. So yeah guys, I hope to see lots and lots of turtles in my feed at some point. Thank you for spending some time with me while I needed to de-stress, such a word? Get rid of my stress and think about something else for a while and have a chat. Thank you Bonnie, thank you Jackie, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll save it and post it up on my page. And have a good evening everybody, and I'll keep you informed on how things go with Tofu. Okay, bye for now.